It's a beautiful day in the middle of October, and the kids just went to school. We're headed to Cancun for my college buddy Josh Harris and Jay Juma's wedding. It'll be 4 nights of an adults-only vacation in Mexico. We're super excited. A 2.5-hour flight and a shuttle stop over to pick up our rental car. Then roughly a 2-hour drive to Valladolid in the heart of the Yucatan Peninsula. But first, a quick lunch stop for a couple of fish tacos. We arrived at Maison de Milleville. It's a beautifully restored 16th century guest house located directly across from the historical convent of San Bernardino de Siena. The place was recommended to us by Stephen and Heather when they stayed there a couple of years back with Sarah's parents. They've been raving about it, and we booked the place to stay for the 2 nights.
After stopping for roadside agua de coco fria, the plan was to see 2 cenotes across the street from each other, each with their own qualities to offer. A cenote is a natural sinkhole resulting from the collapse of limestone bedrock that exposes groundwater. There are thousands spread all over the Yucatan. The first one we visited is called Cenote Simula. This one had shockingly clear water and a beautiful skylight.
We're heading down into our second cenote. This one's supposed to be deeper into a cave. So let's see what we've got.
The next cenote across the street was Ashkaken. This cave had bats flying around the top and a massive tree growing from the ceiling with roots reaching to the water. Both caves are beautiful and filled with cute little catfish. After getting cleaned up at our casita, we headed out for a walk through the town center on a quest for a place where I could get a pedicure before the wedding. We stopped in a couple of boutiques and walked through the town plaza filled with food vendors and music. We found a lady selling tacos that we couldn't resist, and then eventually found an entrepreneurial young lady who opened a little salon in her home. I got my pedicure while Idan entertained my nail tech's adorable toddler. Afterwards, I was still able to walk, so we found a Mayan restaurant we had passed earlier and got to try sopa de lima and fried plantains, followed by drinks at a nearby bar. In the morning, after enjoying a lovely breakfast in our hotel's courtyard, we headed out on a 45-minute drive to Chichen Itza.
This is one of the most famous Mayan ruins in the Yucatan, and was said to be its cultural and religious capital. The main temple of Kukulkan was built with acoustic features to mimic a quetzal bird. And strategically oriented with the sun for the spring and fall solstices, showing a serpent's shadow going down its corner. We hired a tour guide for $55 to walk us through the site for a couple hours, and he showed us around other ruins such as the warrior garrison, other temples, a sacred cenote, and a stadium for a unique Mayan ball game called Pits.
On our drive home from the ruins, we stopped for lunch at a hotel restaurant where they had Mayan dancers performing traditional dance and served more traditional Mayan food. We ate conchinita pibil, which is Yucatan pulled pork, and encamisados, which are tortillas filled with eggs cooked inside.
We're in our own private plunge pool in our Maison de Mayaville.
We woke up from our naps and going to hit the town. We've got a destination about 2 miles from here for dinner that Stephen recommended. And maybe since we've still got time, stop along stop along some shops on the way, maybe to find, I don't know, linen pants or a shirt, something extra I can wear for the wedding. We came across the central garden of the area and enjoying some music to pass time before dinner.
We tried several Yucatec dishes at Eek's Cat Eek, but the chicken with black spices sauce stole the show. The local cuisine in this part of Mexico is surprisingly unique and delicious. After paying the bill, we made the sweaty walk back to the hotel. The humidity here is for real. Hence, a necessary stop on the way to get churros for dessert.
A new day, we drove into Puerto Morelos,
We're on the coast. You see that beautiful blue back behind us?
but we're walking that way, away from the beach. It's a little bit too windy and wavy for snorkeling. It churned up the ocean.
You can't see anything. It's too milky underneath.
So
no snorkeling.
No snorkeling. Just checked into the hotel and had lunch here. I took no videos. We had the usual tacos, ceviche, whatever. Going to get our room now and then continue enjoying the place.
Welcome to our abode for the weekend. We just checked in, and I guess this is what you get for a wedding suite. Not our wedding. We have our poolside access. This is a little private kind of waterway that we can just, I guess, hop into whenever we want. It's kind of beautiful. We're not all-inclusive resort type travelers, but hey, this is fun.
After relaxing for a bit, we showered, got dressed, and prepared with an extra shot of an espresso for the welcome dinner. It was our first chance to meet some of the family, friends, and guests of the wedding that would take place tomorrow. They had flown into the Riviera from all corners of the US and the world.
We took our time in the morning with breakfast before heading to the beach for a lazy day on the sand. We always forget how stunning the Caribbean is. With its surreal shades of blue and soft white sands, it really is a little paradise. After getting our fill of sun, we took advantage of the all-inclusive room service for a very late lunch. Finally, the big event.
In worlds far away, can't remember, can't forget. Let the street lights guide you, and I take you there.
You may now kiss.
Free. Like come back to me.
Josh and Jade make such a lovely couple, and it was so much fun getting to celebrate their relationship. After the ceremony, we headed to the poolside reception for dinner and dancing.
We've come full circle. It's been 6 days and we're back in Austin. That last night was a memorable one, but we had one more day before having to take the late afternoon flight home. Since I was still bummed about not having snorkeled yet, I arranged a last-minute snorkeling trip with Captain Mimo, who was just right around the corner from the resort. The waters were much calmer, but we still had to sail a beautiful boat out a good 45 minutes to find water clear enough to see the reef. It was just long enough to kickstart Sarah's seasickness. Mimo was a great guide and pointed out anything he found around the corals. We even got to pick up a prickly starfish. Then it was time to head home to the airport and return the car, and the flight was delayed by 2 hours. So we squeezed in one last drink at the lounge and flew home that evening. Granddad, Marmy, and the kids came to pick us up and drive us straight home. At the end of the trip, nothing beats waking up in your own bed.